Good morning, friends. I am Sivanandhan, the former Director General of Police, Maharashtra, and we are talking about happiness. Happiness has to come from within. So many people have told you how do you generate happiness from inside, and we will not go into that within the limited time given to me. I'll talk to you about the digital happiness, whether digital world is bringing you to happiness or the other way around. So with this, I want to talk to you about what's happening exactly, and youngsters who have best IQ have chosen to be a faceless criminal. If you can see various crimes in the country, there is a crime scene, and a criminal, he's left his footprint. Something or the other he leaves. But here is the fellow who comes to destroy your happiness without a face at all. And he is the most dangerous criminal the world would ever see. With that, I would like to say, all the future crimes, my dear friends, will be committed digitally. You don't have to go from Siberia to New York, or you don't have to come to Mumbai to destroy the happiness of anybody. Digitally, it can be done. And how you are going to prevent and how you are going to be happy is what I am going to try. And let me assure you that before the government or the law enforcement agencies equip themselves with the best of technology, there is a time lag always there, these criminals with that income they have earned illegally have equipped themselves to the best possible armor, best possible weaponry in the digital world they can acquire. They are always 3 steps ahead of the government and the law enforcement agencies. A young hacker, anybody from anywhere in the world, can do things astonishingly big that it leaves an impact like a nuclear hit. I would like to say that whatever has happened so far is almost like a pandemic, like a cyber storm. So much so, there is not a single individual in this country or elsewhere who has not been touched by the cyber storm. Why am I explaining? Is that the enemy who is disturbing your happiness is having such capital, he can buy the supercomputer, the quantum computer, whatever he wants. He doesn't have the Auditor General to oppose whatever he wants to buy. So with that, he can control and damage your fancy car, BMW or the Mercedes. Anything can be driven by from auto rickshaw which is following. It can be dashed and the person can be killed. That will be a cyber crime, and also rob a bank within no time. That's what I gave you the example earlier. Shut down power grids and nuclear plants. For example, the Iran-Iraq nuclear plant has been sabotaged by sending a malware called Stuxnet, S-T-U-X-N-E-T, Stuxnet, that destroyed the centrifugal pumps of the nuclear plant. They can destroy that. They can assume the identity of billions of victims. For example, our Aadhaar card, not less than 1 billion people, we are 1.4 billion people, they have that, it has been hacked. Anytime they can take your identity or my identity, and that's what these guys have been doing in all the money taking away from the banks and other things. They give you your identity, the name, the flat, the bank account number, and how much money is there. They give you as if they are the bank managers. Cyber murder. The other one where we suffer, and digitally we suffer more, is greed. Can anybody give you double the investment in 6 months' time, or in a week's time, or 10 days' time? People are losing in the investment scams, in the job scam, in so many other scams where you want to put your entire life saving and get cheated by them in no time. And what is their investment? It is just algorithms and other things, creating the virtual private network and show an officer, show some this and that and all that. And that is what is there. So online scams, Ponzi scams, this Taurus scam which we see, and also cyber currency, Bitcoin and various other things, and online auctions. They show something and take away your money and give nothing. That is what. Lust is a human nature. Obviously, when people are growing into age, they get into this, they trap people. The other day, I helped an officer of a 75-year-old top bureaucrat. He said, I suffer from loneliness. I got into this trap. They recorded, they disrobed him. They recorded, and they started taking away entire bank balance absolutely without any feelings whatsoever. They're looking for people. There is a guy who has cheated through the dating app, 700 of them, posing as a military officer, posing as a police officer and all that. 700 girls were taken through the garden path by a person. There is a news item of a 13-year-old girl went through the dating app and went for a ride on a motorcycle with somebody in that scam, came back, examined and killed herself. Are we into that? 13-year-old girl, is she supposed to get into this kind of a situation? Only a bit of a care is needed for this dating app and various other things. You have to be really very, very careful. The last is that creating anger. All of us are into anger management and hate speech online about religion related or revengeware or hacktivism, doxing, cyberbullying, cyber stalking, all these people are suffering from, and that one generates anger. We start hating each other based on the speeches given by somebody. You know, do this, do that, and all that kind of a thing. So that is another major problem where radicalization can take place. Take you from this end to that end, no time, and you start taking revenge against the unknown people who have done nothing against you. So the next one is about the digital arrest. Is there anything called digital arrest? The answer, if any one of you is getting anyone, there is a serving Director General of Police of a state. He was digitally arrested for 3 days. What do you mean by digital arrest? Keeping you mesmerized in front of a phone or an iPad, saying that you are digitally arrested. You freeze. You be frozen there for 3 days. There is some MNC leader, a lady in Mumbai, has lost 25 crores of rupees over a period of 2 months. She sold her shares and gold and other things and paid 25 crores for a crime which she never committed. Never committed. That is a pity. All the examples I gave, those people suffering by the fright and by the greed and by the anger, they haven't committed any crime whatsoever. So my answer to you or my clue to you is when someone says, freeze, you are digitally arrested, you say, my foot. That should be the answer. Disconnect it. Please take this message all over the country and all over the place. There is nothing called digital arrest. So much so, the Prime Minister has to come and say in his broadcast that there is nothing called digital arrest. I thank the government and others, RBI and other bankers, who come daily with a first page advertisement saying that there is nothing like that. Don't lose your happiness through digital frauds and digital crimes. This has to be used to enhance our happiness, definitely not by making us distraught and go to the level of financial disruption or financial destruction and then committing suicide. So, the last point I would like to say is, any digital transaction, okay, you are busy and you are playing golf or watching a movie or anything like that, any call coming or anybody asking you to do any transaction, it is like a traffic signal. First of all, the call has come, or somebody is asking you to transfer money or asking you to do something. For example, they can mimic your mother or father's voice and say, somebody is stabbed and somebody is in the hospital and do this, immediately transfer 50,000 rupees. You have to stop first, pause there, think, make a call to your people, and then only you have to act. There is a crime where there is something called man in the middle. Between two persons or two companies, he parks himself in the middle, he manipulates the emails, and then he asks you to transfer the money. And then people, without doing this, without pausing for some time, without thinking for some time, they act quickly. Money normally sent to New York as a business transaction, how can it be transferred to Manila? You have to make a phone call. So my dear friends, when it comes to digital threat, digital arrest, or digital transaction, this is what you have to do. You have to pause, think, check. Maybe you can make a call to your father, mother, or anybody and see whether it is there. The other day, someone said, your son is kidnapped by me and he is in my custody. Will you pay 25 crores? The mother said, my son is sleeping. The only son is sleeping in the house. Disconnect now. So that is the only answer you have to give. And that is how you can be happy in this world. Other crimes normally are there, but the modern technology has brought that hooded criminal whose face is never visible. I told you about the bank heist, $1 billion equivalent, $83 million. That has been not detected. That is done by these unknown people. So losing money is easy, but recovering money is difficult. So my response or my request to you is to think, pause, act. Digital arrest, say, my foot. That is the learning you have to learn. Otherwise, again, I'm closing this with a warning that the future crimes like murder, dacoity, robbery, anything can be done only by the digital means. That means face to face, we never see the hooded criminal at all. So be happy and enjoy life and don't lose the hard-earned money like the lady MNC chief who lost 25 crores of hard-earned money in 2 months' time. Reach out to the police. Don't give respect to the law enforcement agency who is coming through the virtual private network and give you threats. Dumb. With the digital arrest, which is non-existing, illegal anyway. That's it. Thank you very much.